I see you. There he is.
There I is.
What's up, Zach?
Hey, man. Good to see you.
Good to see you. It was great to see you live and in person in, where were we? Austin,
Austin,
Texas. That's
Texas.
right. Austin, Texas, man. It was
Hey,
awesome.
man, you got your tickets to Chicago yet or not?
I sure
You,
do.
you
I
gonna
will
be
see you
there?
there.
I'll be there. Matt's gonna be there.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. We got 3 months to build for it, too. But you had just called me, and hello to everybody watching this. My buddy Zach just called me concerning a question about all these new people that he's got getting started in his business. And so we were just doing a little Q&A, and I was thinking, you know what, this is, everybody deserves to hear this. So, Zach, tell me again, or ask me again, if you will, if we could just start that conversation over that we just cut off, like right there when I said, let's move to Skype and film this.
Yeah.
What's
Well,
going on with
absolutely.
your new people?
Well, my question was, and is what I'm finding is I'm getting people enrolled is it seems like they're either getting stuck in training mode or they're just like overwhelmed and their head's spinning. It's like they're a deer in headlights, and they can't get the techie stuff. And I'm trying to be as kind as I can to tell them, look, part of that 19.95 a month pays for your support, and then Weber has support. I'm not a technical guy, but I want to help you out, and it's almost like I almost feel bad, because I care for these people. I want them to do good, but at the same time, I feel I can't do everything for them because I'm showing them and displaying to them that they're going to have to do everything for everyone they enroll, and
Right.
subconsciously they're going to be like, I don't want to deal with this crap, and then they might flutter out. So I just want to know,
Sure.
what are you doing to get people started on the right foot, ASAP without trying to get through the learning curve or what have you.
Yeah, there's it's tremendous, and of course, it's not uncommon, but a tremendous point that you brought up. It's kind of chronic in our space of internet marketing and home-based business, and really anything that's new for anybody who's engaging something for the first time, and that is overwhelm. Okay, people feel like there's so much that I don't know, and look, I went through that too. Okay, and we can look at statistics and certainly in the home business industry, because the critics like to point this out that, oh well, only a small percentage of people actually make it. And then I was in show business for a while, right? And how many people make it in that? I mean, it's rough. So there's always going to be a learning curve. Now, when it comes to tech, here's what I tell people when they get started with me, because we do have the team websites that have some tutorial videos and things on how to set up your basic stuff. But when it comes to tech, we've got people that do tech support for us. They're employee type people. They like to do that. They're not salespeople like us. And where we our best use of our time is going to be actually producing volume, sales, and enrollments and all that. So
Yeah.
I'm not going to get into something where somebody who works an hourly wage is going to do that. That's where I draw the line. I'm there for people, and I want them to succeed just like you do.
Yeah,
Okay,
absolutely.
yeah, they're just going to have to do what I was willing to do, which is take some time and actually learn this stuff. If I'm going to engage this new realm and I intend to be successful, I damn well better learn some stuff. So there's three things that I have found that stops people and that causes this whole overwhelm, that causes people to just blow out and then not make it in whatever new venture, whether we're talking about home-based business, internet marketing, whatever.
Yeah.
Number one, which is huge, is they don't understand the words. As
Yeah.
simple as that is, like I had to Google stuff and look up, what is, CPC, like what does that term stand for, or CPA, or things that are jargon, and
Yeah. I had someone ask me today, like, what's a warm market? What's
right,
a
right, right. So stuff like that.
yeah,
Which I've been in sales a long time, so I know, a warm market. Of course, a warm market is people that know you or know of you. They're, more, say, predisposed to believing your offer, possibly, right? If you've got
yeah,
credibility
absolutely.
with your warm market, as opposed to a cold market, which is the rest of the world, strangers. Okay, so which you and I were a couple months ago, right? We didn't know each other.
Absolutely.
Okay, cool. So, so that's the first thing is if people are studying any kind of material, reading a book. In fact, I say this in the first chapter of Integrity is Everything. I say, look, I wrote this book to be conversational. It's my intention that you understand it. But if you come to a word that you're not comfortable using in a sentence, look up the friggin' word, right? Understand what the meaning is. That's the biggest thing, as simple and as silly as that may sound, that takes people out, is they just don't take the time to understand the words.
Yeah.
Especially in internet marketing where there's a lot of jargon. Second thing, which you also brought up, in terms of like this idea of overwhelm, there's so many things that we could learn. There's so many new things that we could do. And that is, it's too steep of a gradient. It's like, all right, well, I'm going to build the Empire State Building now, even though I don't even know how to build a shack yet. Okay.
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
right. So we got to go on a gradient and get better and bigger and all this. And I think sometimes people compare their insides to other people's outsides. Oh, well, Zach is successful, and whatever story I have about that. Therefore, I'm looking at me now, and I'm not good enough because, oh, look at Zach, right?
Yeah.
Right. So they expect perhaps too much, especially if they haven't been willing to do the first thing, which is understand what the hell they're studying in the first place. So the gradient gets even steeper, and it seems insurmountable. The third thing that stops people from being successful in this or any new endeavor would be they don't have an objective experience of it. They're very subjective in their mind, and they're trying to get all the theory, but they don't have the practical application. So let's say that you didn't know what a phone was. You never heard of a phone before, and I just taught you about this thing called a phone. And it's a communication device, and there's buttons and all this other kind of stuff, and uses radio frequencies. Okay, so that may sound silly, but if you never saw a phone, you may understand why phone exists, like why have phone, but how to use the phone, you have no objective experience until, I'm grabbing my phone right now, which in fact doesn't have buttons. If you look at it, well, maybe, I don't understand. He said it had buttons. Oh, well, you have to actually turn on the buttons, right? So, but until you actually take the phone, touch phone, use phone, have an objective experience of practical application, it remains unusable theory and next to worthless. Okay, so those are the three things, right? Understand fully the subject matter, go on a proper gradient, learn and apply, and then learn and apply, and of course, actually touch the stuff, actually do it. I've got a video coming out about how to place a solo ad, which again may seem silly, to some people that have placed lots of solo ads. I had not placed solo ads. So I actually went into my wife's office and said, hey, I'm going to film you buying a solo ad. As silly as that sounds. Now, go and click on the thing, type the message to the person, ask the questions, right, about, what kind of list is this and whatever, negotiate the price of this solo ad. I friggin' filmed my wife buying a solo ad. But I'll tell you what, I guarantee you I'm going to have lots of people watching that video because, like me, I didn't know what a solo ad was a few months ago before I found Empower Network, right? Didn't understand the words. Yeah. Didn't have any objective experience of it. It was just theory, right? So there you go, man. What are your thoughts about all this?
Well, yeah, no, I agree. And a couple things, I want to point out. I've been watching the master's course, which I just recently got.
Bravo.
And something huge that you hit on that I think that not everybody realizes, and I was doing this initially, is comparing my insides to other people's outsides. And David Sharp talks about, we all have stages we have to go through in this thing. It's like you might be at stage 5 and I'm at stage 2. I can't be comparing my results to a guy who's on stage 5. But what I don't see is John Lavinia has already been through stage 2. It's not like you just went from stage 1 to 5. You've been through all the stuff that, you've been through to get to where you are. So like we all have different stages we have to go through. We all have our own course. And as we learn, which another thing David Sharp said, which should only be 10% of the time and applying 90% of the time, I think what I'm seeing, what happens to me sometimes and other team members is they spend 90% of the time learning and only 10% at best applying. They get stuck in training rep mode and they don't do income producing activities. And while they're on that, I got to give a shout out to one of my newest team members, Martin Teague. It's pretty funny. He doesn't have Aweber set up yet. He's hardly done anything on the team site on getting set up, but he was just so pumped up, so excited, so enthusiastic. Like within the first week and a half, he's enrolled like 8 or 9 people, and he doesn't even know what Aweber is. He doesn't have Google Analytics set up to his blog.
He's just what they call ignorance on fire, just running his mouth.
Yeah. So you don't have to know all this stuff to have success here. That painted the picture to me. It took me 2 or 3 months to get that many people, enrolled with my own efforts without the marketing stuff. And, Martin's like, all right, this is an awesome opportunity. I'm going to share it with everybody. And he's got 8 or 9 people enrolled.
That's it. It's the transfer of enthusiasm. That's sales. He's selling. Bravo.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you know what? And here with what we do specifically with Empower Network, it's like, all right, here's all these tools, all these technical possibilities. Are you going to use all of them? Not necessarily, right? I mean, some of
No.
our top producers, they're actually not bloggers, right? And other people, they've never placed an ad before. All they do is content marketing. So it's like, take what you like and leave the rest. But of course, it's like a smorgasbord. You ever go to like the buffet, like the Chinese food buffet?
Yeah.
And there's a million delicacies, man. I mean, you could leave there 500 pounds, okay? But
Absolutely.
you can't eat all of it, right? So
Yeah.
that's how I feel about this. It's like there is everything you could possibly want here in terms of know-how. How much of it are you going to use, especially in the beginning? A little bit, but the point, once again, what you just brought up is, sell what you got, so to speak. All right, I learned a little bit,
Yeah.
right? Oh, I learned how to set up Aweber. Yay! All right, now let me go do something here with that and get the practical application, not just sit on theory and expect to become a scholar, before I actually, execute.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, good stuff, man. Well, I think this is going to be valuable for people, not just here, with our team, but throughout the World Wide Web. I think there's probably a good percentage of people who could understand better what they're attempting to learn, expect a proper gradient of themselves, and get into more practical application and not get stuck in training mode like you just talked about, because I think those three things are pretty huge.
Absolutely. I'll hit one more thing, before we wrap this up. Just, like you said, there is a smorgasbord through all the Empower Network products, all the training. I mean, literally, I could sit there for hours with my head spinning. I haven't even made it through everything yet.
Me neither. I've been here 4 months, and I haven't 30% maybe.
Yeah.
I've already made tens of thousands of dollars though.
Absolutely,
So,
yeah. And we made several thousand. So it's it works. But if you apply it, and I think it's good. What you said, everyone's different. Like some people can multitask, but me, I'm more successful. Like if I can just pick one method, master it. Like if, SO ads, just go after it, master it, or social media marketing, go after it, master it. Just pick one thing at a time. You don't have to try to master 5 or 6 marketing techniques all at once, or your head will spin. It'll blow up.
Yeah.
So I'd encourage people just to pick one thing, master it, see that you're getting results, and then either scale that up or maybe add a little bit more to your marketing portfolio, if you will, or what have you. But
yeah. I don't even know about master it. Just get a result, whether good or bad,
exactly.
and do it. Just,
if you're getting results, that's mastery.
Yeah, I mean, it's like who's mastered it? I mean, even like Dave and Dave, they're still learning too. Or all of us, right? It's the marketplace, man. It changes every freaking 5 minutes.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, good stuff, man. I'm glad we connected. And
thanks for your time, man. I'm glad you were available because that was riding on me. I'm like, man, I just got to call John. So
just don't call me for tech support. That's it. I'll see you soon, bro.
All right, man. Thanks, John.
All right.